Okay, so I just got back from Pennsylvania. My cousin got married this weekend, so I was just out there for my wedding. And, I was out there with all my dad's family, my aunts and uncles. And obviously, a lot of our conversation revolved around the economy and oil and stuff like that. And let me explain my hair. I was driving home with the windows open and the sunroof open, and it just did whatever it wanted to do. And I was thinking it looked sort of cool. Not so much now that I'm looking at it in this on the screen. But anyway, it's not important. Um, so that got me to thinking on my ride home about about oil and all that jazz. Because I'm in my car and I'm using tons of oil to get where I need to go. Um, and then I was thinking, what a better world this would be if all the oil ran out. And you may be thinking, oh my God, what is he talking about? If I don't have oil, if I don't have gasoline, I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. Well, no, yes you can. First of all, you can get up off your behind and walk to wherever you need to go or ride your bicycle. And that was my first point. If we run out of oil, when we run out of oil, we won't have any way to get around. I mean, of course they're gonna make like electronic cars or cars that run on water or whatever. But for a while, it's gonna be like nobody's gonna be able to go anywhere unless they walk. And I think that's gonna be at least great for America because 90% of everyone who lives in America is obese. So to me, it's very positive when the oil runs out because these people who are really, having trouble with their weight are gonna, they can't just hop in their car and drive to McDonald's for every meal of the day. They have to walk. They have to walk where they need to go or ride a bicycle or something like that. And I think it's going to help all of us become more healthy when the oil runs out. That was my first thought. My second thought was that when the oil runs out, I think we will start to become closer knit as people. Because first of all, we're going to need to live close to wherever we get our groceries, where we get our clothes. So I think we're going to see America moving back to a more urban setup. You know what I mean? Like with cars and all that. Like it's so easy for us to live so far away and not even think about it. Be like, okay, well, I live 30 minutes away from any town, but I've got a car, so I'll just drive. And it'll only take me 30 minutes to get there, and I can shop at the Walmart and get everything I need in one spot. And I think that when that goes, that's going to be good too, because we're all going to be closer together. I think we'll be more of a community. So I think we're definitely going to move back to more, urban living. At least I hope. These are all things I think should happen. I hope that happen, and I think that will happen, at least I hope. And then I had another thought, and that thought was all these stupid senators and people in the government who are just run by the oil companies because they give them money. And what happens when the oil runs out? The oil companies go bankrupt. And I know this probably won't happen, but then who's going to be paying the senators to do the things they want? There won't be any oil companies to get them to do that. So they'll actually be voting for what the people want. And I think that's really great. But I really don't see that happening. The oil companies right now are buying up all the technology for options other than oil, for like gasoline. They're buying up all like the blueprints for electric cars and whatnot, so that they can be the source of energy that everyone needs for the longest time. And then when the oil does run out, they own all the information on other sources of energy. So, like, I think we're always going to be stuck with them, and that's horrible. So those were just a couple thoughts I had about that. And the fourth is when the oil runs out, no more carbon gases or whatever, bad stuff for the environment. When that runs out, then we won't have to argue over should we need to drill more, or we need to pass this law to get rid of I don't know, bad greenhouse gases. You know what I mean? At that point, if we're still alive, it will only be up from there because all of the everything will be gone. Now, I know there's so many negatives to the oil running out. I mean, because our entire world right now is somehow connected to oil. But I think if we take initiative and start now trying to change over, that we're going to be ahead of the game. The other day, my uncle and my cousin were having a conversation about how we should just try to get all the oil we can. And if we don't, how we're going to, like, lose power in the world. And here's my thought on that. My thought is, if we right now start changing over, by the time the oil does run out, we'll already be ahead of the game. So maybe it'll be rough for a little while when we're not using as much oil as we used to, but when the time the oil runs out and we're on our feet and every other country who was using oil is now wondering where they're going to get their electricity from, how they're going to drive their cars, there you go. We're back on top again. And I'm not scared. I think why people are so scared of oil running out is because they're afraid that we won't be, like, superpower number one. And we won't, like, rule the world. And not that we do now, but I know I would be naive to think that, or say that, oh, we don't have any impact on what the world thinks. We do. We definitely do. And that's fine, but I don't care what people think of me. And I don't care what people think of us as a country. So if we're not number one, and we're not all up in everybody else's business, and, you know what I mean? Like, I've been to Italy twice, and it's so nice there. Like, everybody lives in their little town. They're not worried about what the other countries think of them, or if somebody's going to, I don't know, attack them or stuff like that. They just live and they're happy, and they get up every morning and go to the market. They walk to the market. They come home. They go, I don't know, they go to their job, which is right in the same little town they live in. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's great. I think that's how we should live. A lot of people will disagree, and I mean, that's your prerogative, but I think, I'll just say this, I'm only looking forward to the oil running out, and from now on, my prayer every night is going to be that the oil runs out as soon as possible. And that's saying something, because my father's a mechanic, so maybe I shouldn't be praying for that, but my father's a mechanic, and he makes his living by fixing cars. And when the oil runs out, what is he going to do? I don't know, but I don't foresee the oil running out within the next year or so. I think he's okay. I think from what I've heard, we've got enough oil to last us, I don't know, 50 years. So I feel like we're okay, but I just wish that we could start now. I think we really need to. Okay, that's all I had to say. I'm going to go watch a movie called Cloverfield about aliens invading the Earth. Please leave me a comment. I think it would be fun. I'd like to get your opinions. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye.